Hey everybody, I'm Joel D, and the place to be. It is January 14th. It's a Tuesday. Hopefully you got to see, and you can still do it now, our great roundtable yesterday with our reporters talking about violence in Harrisburg, what to do about it, covering all the angles from just reaction from the public, talking to some of the victims' families, also what the government wants to do. That was interesting stuff. We're taking a little bit from that today into what we're talking about and reaction to some of the violence that's happened as well. Plus, we want to get to a kind of an entertaining story out of Chicago involving a coyote. We'll also talk about a little bit of weather in a bit as well. Let's get out to our first reporter on this one. I think we're starting with TJ tonight. So, TJ Anthony, let's get to the story you're working with. Fill us in on what you've been doing today.
Hey, Joel D. Yeah, so right now I'm covering the story of Rivera. He lost his life last year. He was beaten to death. That's what police are saying right outside of a club in Steelton. So the person charged in connection is homicide, Kier Sims. He's having actually a bail hearing on Friday. So he'll get to hear if he can walk the streets again. His family, Otilio's family, happened, and they actually believe that more need to be charged in connection to their loved one's killing.
What's it been like for them over the last year? I mean, have they seen the progress? Are they frustrated with the judicial system and the pace of everything? Give me a feel for that.
Yeah, it's been, as you can imagine, if you look at Otilio's family, he's leaving behind 7 kids. So one of the kids he didn't even get to meet before he passed. So it's been for them. He was such a light to not only his family, but also his friends and just the Harrisburg community. He's born and raised in this area. So right now they are very justice system because they feel like not enough is being done to charge others. And, they say that they have reached out to police. Happened. They've heard from eyewitnesses who say others could have possibly been involved in the fight that took his brother's life. And they've told police that, but they feel like really doing enough about getting others charged.
Okay. Looking forward to seeing your report tonight. You are breaking up a little bit. I'm going to let you go, but thanks for that update on what you're working on today, TJ. We'll see you. All right, let's get to Fatima Moien right now. She was also part of that roundtable yesterday. We were talking about the violence in the city, 3 shooting deaths in just 4 days, and one of those victims, the story left behind by these folks. Unfortunately, sometimes they become numbers. They become maybe a name real quick, and we don't get to know what their life was about. We concentrate on their death, but sometimes you get a chance to do a little bit more than that. And Fatima Moen's here to talk a little bit about that today.
Hi, Joldy. That's right. I am looking into who was Candy Gibson. To many, she had just a dazzling smile, and to others, they remember her as a woman that was on her road to recovery. I spoke with a good friend of hers of over 50 years, Sharon Walker, and she told me how they both got clean together, and she was really happy to see her friend, make it to the other side. But obviously, hearing the tragedy that is her loss in her own home, that's where Sharon was very quick to throw some blame, and she was really candid with how she's upset at parents and the city of Harrisburg, and that's kind of what we'll be breaking down tonight.
Right. So let's lay out the scenario. This is just what police are telling us, but she was literally in her house, and this was a stray bullet. Is that what they're saying?
That's right. Officials put it as she wasn't the intended target. I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about. She was at home taking care of her sister. She was the caretaker of her sister that has mobility and breathing issues. And so, I asked her at one point, many say, sometimes you're just caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. And this just wasn't the case. She was at home.
Once again, if you don't know this, that's fine. Was this something else they thought was happening on the street, or did they think that people were trying to shoot into this home but going after somebody else?
Right. That's sort of my questions as well. And I can't really say. Sharon wasn't able to comment on that. She hadn't seen her in a couple of months. And so she was really just reflecting on their friendship of over 50 years.
Right.
And so I'm sure, Harrisburg police are still investigating. It's an active case, but those are the questions that remain.
Obviously, anybody close to this, it's a loss, but it might help just a little bit knowing why this happened. Doesn't make it better, but it does, closes that loop on, what really went on here in this situation. All right, we look forward to your report tonight as well, Fatima Moien, helping us get to know one of the most recent shooting victims a little bit better. Thanks. All right, we're going to change gears here. We're watching here on YouTube with me. Once again, thanks for watching. And make sure that you are liking, subscribing, hitting those notification buttons so you know when we're going to be on. Just a wild one of those things you see online. You're like, is this real? And when was this? Well, apparently this was recently. This was a coyote at an Aldi, the grocery store type place. And this is in the Chicago suburbs. God bless that guy for going in there after this thing. That's a coyote. You don't know what you're grabbing when you go in there. This is looks like the dairy section of the grocery store. Just reached in there, grabbed that big thick tail. You don't know what's coming out of there when you actually get it. 2 hands. I'm gonna put down my my broom. No, I'm gonna hold the broom as I bring this thing out. Let's go with it. Coyote comes out, dives back in. There were no reported injuries. Apparently, this is a part of town that the coyotes want to come in from the cold. Get something. There you go, being taken away. Some other video of coyotes in this area. We're told it went to a wildlife center where they're going to make sure it's okay before they let it back into the wild. And maybe that grocery store can take a look at its locks or any holes around there. Okay, that's funny. I'm just going to put the pictures up like that. All right. It's a popular place now. These are other places where coyotes just come in, or wolves or something. All right. That's weird. Let's move along. Something a little less weird, but something we're used to this time of year. The weird part still, meteorologist Tom Russell, no doubt there. But the part that we're used to, which is not weird, is being cold this time of year. I think you've told me this is the coldest 2 weeks of the year traditionally.
Yeah, so climatologically is the word you're looking for. So as we look at the whole year, Jody, these middle 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks here in the middle of January are the coldest. Usually.
Can you say that again? Climatologically.
Climatologically. So that's exactly what we're experiencing. And I think, as cold as it is this week, I think next week is even colder, Jill D. So what we have for the rest of the month is some ups and downs, but emphasis on the downs. So tonight, for example, we're down into the teens. And look at these. These are your wind chills as we get into tomorrow morning. Some negative wind chills. Negatives. This is too cold. So really cold, mainly because of those winds. That's the big factor through tomorrow. And then the temperatures start to moderate. We'll get a couple of snow showers on Thursday. And then over the weekend, we get a rain snow mix Saturday. But when I'm just putting this out on the social medias, a little bit of snow maybe Sunday night into Monday because
hold on. You froze a little bit. Start over again. The last part.
Okay.
What are you saying?
So we get this little rain snow mix on Saturday. We've been talking about that. But there's another little wave of low pressure right behind it that could bring us some snow Sunday night. It's because this little bit of moisture arrives right when this really cold air comes in. Next week, I said he's even colder.
All right. Would it be over by the morning or
Yes. Right now, the timing would be Sunday evening, but it's a pretty good little punch here of maybe some accumulating snow. So we'll keep you posted on that. Are you excited about it? Do you enjoy the snow?
Yeah, I'm ready I'm actually doing a little traveling this weekend, Sunday into Monday. So keep an eye on that.
That can mess you up a little bit.
We will be in touch on that.
All right,
folks. Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot. We'll see you on the news. Everybody, thank you for watching. A little shorter newscast for you here on CBS 21 next. But I hope you can appreciate these and we give you a little feel for what's hot online, what's going on with the weather, and what our reporters are up to. That's what we're looking at now. If you have an idea for how to improve this, go for it, because we want you guys to enjoy this and get what you need out of this kind of a newscast where we're trying something new here for a little bit. I'm Joel D. Smith on CBS 21 Next, and we'll see you next time.